This is the quick, low-quality overview of everything that needs to be done. The first step is taking out this piece of trim. Second one is taking out this cubby area. I had to put the car into neutral in order to get it to fit out over the shift knob. Third step is take off the vent and the trim together. Don't follow the YouTube tutorials that tell you to take the outside trim off first. That's not how it's supposed to work. What you need to do is take this off, and then there'll be like a hole in between the vents. And this hole right here is designed so that you can grab the whole unit out by latching into there. You can make a wood block tool to reach out and grab that all up at once. Once that is out, then you can take the screen out. And the screen comes out by using the removal tools that slip in here, 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 and here, and the whole unit comes out at once. Then what you want to do is take out this guy, and you put your removal tool here and here, and then this whole thing slides out. The first thing that I did after everything was out was change this down here from the weird serial port to a USB port. I was able to use existing wiring. I changed this clip over here. My old one, it was just this green lower portion, and it didn't have these two wires up here. These two wires are the positive and negative to charge your phone. You can buy a wiring harness online for about 50 bucks. There's no need to do that. All you need to do is take this other port down here that was in the back of the MMI port, and you can fish out from this, and I'll show you in a second how to do that, the red and the black. So you take the red and black from this, put this here and here, and then the back of this unit, same thing, you will match over, and I can show you the wiring diagram on how you would do that. So now the USB port works. All you need to do is snap in the new screen. This is a little bit bigger than the old screen that was in here. You can also go up to an 8-inch screen that would require a different bezel. I'll show you a couple things over here real quick with the wiring. So this is what the port looks like that we were able to fish the red and the black out. If you look closely, this is like a little door that opens, and once that is open, you can use a small screwdriver to push out the pins. You can see on this little tail end here, there's like a little tiny tab, and what you're going to do is you're going to push down the tab right there. You can see in the top. You put your little screwdriver on that, and then this slides out. So no soldering, no nothing. You can just slide this out, slide it in. For reference, this is the old port that was in there. For reference, this is the old screen that was in here. These are all the pieces of trim. The most complicated part was the programming. And there's many ways to do this using the OEM diagnostic software. There is a way that you can do it just with an SD card, or we did it the way that I did, which is using this Ethernet port here. So all you need to do is follow these instructions, and I can send you the file. What happens when you go to power the new unit on is there's a component protection, which is referred to as CP. What component protection looks for is the VIN number on the car, I believe, and what it saw was I just took a unit from a car that was not mine, and it's not recognizing the new car. So it reduces the functionality of the unit. That's to prevent theft, ultimately. So what we need to do is trick the system to bypass that check whenever it boots up for it to look to see if the VIN number matches up. I think it actually might reprogram it to the VIN number. I don't really know exactly how it works. But all you need on your SD card, and I can actually show you that, you need a 4 gigabyte or larger SD card that's formatted to FAT32. And this is where you'll put your patch code. And again, this is a file that you can just drag and drop directly onto your SD card. Okay, so all that was on here originally was this Delphi.sh. That should always be on an SD card when you're putting it into the unit to load scripts. I don't know exactly what it does. Then you have this Delphi bin.ifs. This is the script that is going to remove the check for the component protection. This final thing right here is the backup, and we did a backup of the unit before we put the new script onto it. And all those commands are just right here. So what you need to do is just follow these, create a backup, patch the file, and the software that you're going to use to do this is Putty. And Putty, I believe the screenshot's up here. These are the settings that you connect to the unit. Then your Ethernet is just connected over here to a USB 2.0 D-Link adapter right here. So this is USB to Ethernet, and that just plugs in right down here into this port. As you can see, I had to pull my car in pretty far so I could get it to reach my computer. Note, USB 3.0 does not work. You need to use this one right here, Green 2.0. This is about $10 on Amazon. One other thing that I'm not 100% sure if you need is to enable this to be able to run on the Ethernet. If you go up here, we first need to activate developer mode so that you can use the Ethernet port. So you have to use OBD11 or VCDS or basically it's like an app on your phone, and you need to go under the 5F module, and then you're just going to do this right here to activate it. That's real easy, and you can just look up those instructions here simply. The final thing that I wasn't 100% sure if I actually needed to do, but I did because I was trying to figure this all out, is there's this SD activator by Congo and Duke. I do think this is probably something that you do need. This is so you can load scripts from your SD card. All this is, you just go on this website and you download this right here. You put it on your SD card, and then you go to update your infotainment, and then you select this, and you just follow these instructions right here. Now, I thought this is all you needed to do, but ideally all you need to do after this is just put the updated script on your SD card. It should load. Did not work for me. I had to do it the Ethernet way with Putty, but we're all good to go. And then for reference, this is the firmware, also known as the train, that is on my unit. So it is a MST2. That is a MIB2 system. This is without navigation. We are in the US market. It's for Volkswagen P0504D. This is the latest firmware apparently that you can get for P05. I was thinking that you would need to upgrade this. Apparently, I was talking to Duke, as in Congo and Duke, who made the script, and he said this is the latest firmware available for this unit. The MIBwiki version is 0613. You do not end up needing a VCRN, but I just got that there anyway. You can get more information at MIBhelper.com, and that's basically it. So in short, all you're going to do is swap out your old screen and your CD player brain unit, and then you need to do the Congo and Duke so that you can load firmware scripts from your SD card, and then you do this simple code run on Putty. All in all, this cost me $40 for the screen, cost me $75 for this unit, and cost me $10 for this. So for less than $150, we got this done. There's units online where people are trying to sell these for $1,000, or online coders that will charge you $400 or $500 to code this. So you do not need to spend that much to do this transition. Hope this helps.